Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Cinema Circle, the show where we talk and do movie reviews of all your favorite releases coming out of Hollywood. The show that is for the fans, by the fans. I'm your host for today, Mr. Senator Shaquille VonJevy, and joining me as usual is Patricia Rostrulo.
Hey.
And Anthony Hunos.
What's up, guys?
The movie that we are talking about today is Incredibles 2. Let's check it out.
You know it's crazy, right? To help my family, I gotta leave it. To fix the law, I gotta break it.
You've got to, so our kids can have that choice.
Thank you, young man.
Combustion imminent? What does that mean? Ah!
It means fire, Robert.
The screenslaver interrupts this program for an important announcement.
It is clear that this movie was definitely made for us. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the good. Let's start with Patricia, having fresh eyes on the whole franchise.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was good. The story wasn't lacking. I love how the two main characters were women. Like, you can take it, I feel like the story you can take away who's the main hero and stuff, depending on who you are. But I feel like the main hero and the main villain were obviously female. Yeah, were female. So I like that. I liked how it was a little bit darker than usual for Disney films. That was really good. I loved Baby Jack and his power. Yeah, Jack. His powers. He was like I think I was telling, or Anthony was saying it. He's like the baby Groot of this franchise. Mm-hmm. But I just loved him. Like he had they showed a lot of him and what he can do, and then how like that developed, which is hard for a baby. Like how are you going to show how his powers develop when he's a baby? But I like that. I liked it.
Well, to start, Elastigirl, that ass. Yo, the amount of times they showed,
I know.
I was like,
I know.
This is a Disney movie. Anyway,
I know. I was just like, why she have so much body?
Yeah, like she's
her legs, them tickle.
I know. Like, anyways, I think everybody was really likable and equally funny where they needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also really like, and this is the thing that while I was watching it, all I was thinking in my head was I really like the concept of family. Mm-hmm. I really like that it shows how important family is and how, like you were saying earlier, like role reversal here for the parents. I like that they showed that you could still be, like for the mom, she could do what the dad normally does and the dad could do what the mom normally does. And in the end, it still comes out well. So I really like the theme behind that. And, yeah, it was a very fun movie. I was laughing the whole way through. I know you said you fell asleep. I was hooked the whole way, and I just thought it was a really good movie.
For me, I think that the good is definitely the story. I thought that the story was good, and I liked the fact that there was that role reversal. Mm-hmm. You could definitely look at it two ways, right? Mm-hmm. One, it being the hero being the mother because she's out there and she's being the hero. Mm-hmm. She's fighting for their cause, whereas the father was at home taking care of the kids. Mm-hmm. And that was different than what it was in the first one. Mm-hmm. The first one, it was the complete opposite. So I really like that whole sense of family. I like the sense of just the father and taking care of the kids and the unity. But I really love the characters more in this one, actually. Yeah. Because I felt like they were a little bit more developed just because...
More refined. Kind of. Like, I like it's a very simple and cliche concept, kind of. But I like that it was like, we got to show that heroes should be legal and that... or what do they call them? Supers? Mm-hmm. Supers, yeah. I really like that. It's just... I feel like if I were a kid watching this is the movie I'd want to see. Yeah. Like as a kid, to see like a family that's a group of heroes and they're trying to fight for their rights as heroes. That's something that I really like about this movie.
Yeah, I like
definitely because it's a sense of identity. Yeah. Everybody's like they're struggling with their identity, and the dad wanting to do what he knows he's best at, and being comfortable with that, and him challenging himself with things that he's not so good at. I love that concept.
I just like the whole, it's so modern to what's going on now with the mom going out, having a career, and like how, because they alluded to it in the movie, how like, how do you do what you do plus have your family and take care of all of them.
Yeah.
I love how they showed that. Like, this is what's going on in real life. And it's like you're saying everyone's like, every mother out there is a modern day superhero, right? So I love how they put that in there.
Yeah, they made it. There was a sense of relatability there, just because, like, you know, there was something. Without her even saying it, there was something missing, and to go out there and, you know, she's fighting for the cause and she's important, and so she's the only one who could fight for the cause at this time, and she's doing it. But then, you know, there's things happening back at home, and she's just like, what, should I come back home? And she's like, great, and he's just like, no, everything's good. And then when she kind of relaxed, she's just like, it was awesome, I did this and I did that and whatever. It's just like, it's just one of those things where it's like, you probably feel like there are women and mothers who are going out there and they're doing certain things and
they feel guilty a little,
right? But then, you know what I mean? But it's like to kind of like let loose and
well, they shouldn't feel guilty for doing that, but like everybody feels that, and they showed that really well in this movie with the cartoon. So
I just really like too that they're just, like I said already, that they're family. Like, instead of just group of friends or whatever, it's the fact that they're family. So you know that 100% they have each other's back, and that the chemistry that they have. By the end of the movie, you're like, oh, I love that.
What I love about the Incredible movies is that they also have value to them, and they teach you something while entertaining you. And as much as it is a kids movie, it's definitely for adults as well, right? Like, there is a deeper meaning and a deeper meaning to the story than just this family that is just superheroes, right? And that's what I like about it. There's a lot of heart, a lot of emotion, and it gave us something to really think about. But again, there's no perfect movie, so I want to move into the bad, and I'm going to start with Anthony. What was the bad for you for this movie?
Something that I felt like could have been better. I think when they were getting rid of the goggles on the group of heroes, it happened so fast. Like, when they did it, I was like, really? Just like that? Like, it happened way faster than I thought. Like, one by one, everyone was getting back to their normal selves. I thought that was a little too quick. I think they should have made it more of a struggle to kind of save the day, so to speak. I mean, I don't mind this too much because it is a kid's movie, but the predictability of who the villain was, I called it I thought the guy was going to be involved, so I'm glad that he wasn't, but I guess just that it was predictable, and by the end, she ends up in the cop car, and they save the day, and all that. So maybe just the predictability of it, but again, I don't really hold them against that because it is a kid's movie, so that's something that's expected. But yeah.
For me, I would have to say, I don't like the predictability. I don't care if it is a kids movie. Just because, like, it's kid friendly. Kids. I give kids a little bit more credit than I, you know.
Kids are smart nowadays.
Kids are smart, so they should be able, you know, like, it shouldn't be that predictable. But at the same time, even if it is predictable for the kid or not predictable for the kid, it shouldn't matter because it's kid friendly. They're watching the movie as kids, right? Whereas, like, the deeper story we're taking in as older people. So I feel like regardless, the kids are gonna like it. Whether they saw a twist or didn't see a twist, whether they understand it or not, it doesn't matter. But for us, I feel like they could have put a little bit more there. I did, though. What I think what their whole thing was it not being the brother. Right, the guy. That's what I thought. Because I thought that it was going to be the guy, and I think the majority of people thought that it was going to be the guy because he was just a little bit too nice, smiled a little bit too hard,
trying too hard to convince.
Right. Yeah. And the girl was like a little bit more laid back. So I honestly, up until that last moment, I really didn't think that it was her. I always thought that it was the brother. You know. Yeah. So. The predictability I didn't like, but at the same time, can I really say that we all predicted it? Like, did we really predict it? Because we all thought it was the dude, right?
Well, I thought it was a combination of the two.
Okay, so yeah. So regardless, it was in the same family, whatever. I thought the movie was just a little bit too long, though. Yeah. I felt like the movie could have been shorter. There was a lot of things that were like. For this time was the only time where I actually could have stayed awake, and I chose to go to sleep.
That's so funny
because I was just like, this is taking too long. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I already know, like, they already saved the parents, they whatever. I'm good. I'm like, let me just close these eyes right now.
It's weird that you felt that because while I was watching it, I didn't even think of the time. I guess I was just so hooked. that I was watching it and I didn't even like it felt like a regular 2-hour movie to me.
For me, maybe because I was already tired.
Yeah.
But like I could have stayed awake. But I'm just like I'm just honestly I'm done. I'm okay. I got it. Everything happened. We're good. I know who the villain is. I know I know how this.
I guess once it came towards the end, you can predict how it's gonna end.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay, I'm out, and I literally just said I'm gonna close my eyes.
Which part did you sleep on?
I can't remember. But it was just like they had already saved the day and and the brother just found out that it was the sister and whatever, and I was just like, okay, I'm good. Like this is whatever.
Yeah.
So I went. Also, I didn't like. I felt like there were certain things with Jack. I thought Jack was beautiful. Honestly, but there were certain powers of his that I was just like, okay, we didn't really need that.
Like when he turns ugly, the beast.
Yeah, like
when he blew up.
Yeah, like when he was big or whatever.
That was funny though.
That was funny.
One thing that I did like though is the girl who makes the
designer.
Yeah, the designer.
Yeah.
She's amazing. What's
her name again?
She's awesome.
Edna.
Yeah.
Edna.
She's
the relationship
awesome.
between her and Jack.
Oh, that was great.
That.
And then after one night with her, he's walking different, like he's moving different. That was an amazing moment for me.
That was so cute.
I really like that. But back to the things that I didn't like. I wish that there was also more family together. Like I know that they were separated.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
And I wish that they were together more and they were fighting together as a unit.
Yeah.
It felt like it was really focused on making a point of the mom being the hero, and I felt like that lacked. Like I wanted to see those other guys in action, and I didn't. And I'm like, why do I only have to get this in the third act? I got that last time in the first movie.
I was literally thinking the same thing. The first half, I was like, oh man, I don't want the family to just be staying at home.
Yeah,
I want them to be fighting together.
Though I loved the fact that they were home. Like I love seeing that home body thing. Yeah. But it's just like, it makes me want to see a third one because now it's just like, okay, you guys can't do the same formula. The first one, the mom stayed at home with the kids. And in the third act, everybody fought. And then this one, it was like the dad stayed at home with the kids. And the third act, everybody fought. So it's just like for the third one, if they're going to make one, I want everybody together. I want a story where they're all in it. You know what I mean?
The same villain, yeah.
I think it will be too because they've kind of separated them.
Yep.
But now we know how they are individually. Now they can team them up together.
Yeah. My bad is the same as you guys, like the predictability, obviously, but it works because it's a kids movie and you're following a formula and stuff. The thing that maybe they could have done more is the conflict of them being illegal, superheroes being illegal. You didn't really feel that because there wasn't that much conflict in that sense in the movie, so you don't like it's so easy for them. Like she just goes and saves the train and like all of a sudden it's like everybody's okay with it, so there was no like you didn't really believe that conflict was there. And the whole I think it was a little bit too long. Like I can see what you say, like mean when you say you were tired, because there's like I wasn't tired and it wasn't bored, but just at one point in the movie I was like yawning, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's a little bit too long, right? That's the only... I
felt like they stayed on certain things really long and they didn't need to.
And I think that's where I was just like, okay, that's like my body saying like, okay, that's enough. I'm yawning and I'm not tired. It was like, did you guys ever see that meme on like Instagram where it's like The Incredibles is coming out, so leave your kids at home?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to our verdict. The question that I'm going to ask for this verdict is, does it top the original, yes or no?
No. But if I were to add no, but it isn't necessarily lower by like a huge amount. So
it's no for me, but it's just because they're both different.
They're different.
They're different movies, and I just like the first one because it was like when I watched it, I'm like, oh, this is a fun movie. So like this one, you expect it to be a good movie, and it was a good movie. So, but that's the only reason why the first one's better for me. I
honestly put the first one on such a high scale. This one doesn't really compete with it. There. Not saying that it's a bad movie. It's a great movie. It's just that it's not like I waited whatever how many years, 10 to 14 years for this movie, and it didn't blow me out the water like it could have. But it was a really good sequel. Yeah. Right? Like it was a really good sequel. So with that being said, your number out of 10.
I'm gonna give this an 8.
I give it an 8.
I'm going to give it a 7.5. All right. That is my verdict for this movie. But it doesn't matter what I think. It matters about what you guys think. Let us know in the comments below. And who wants to take Kijai's spot?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Let me see here.
The email is what I think. The email is cinemacircle1.
cinemacircle1@gmail.com, and you guys can follow us on Instagram as well. We try to post as many updates as possible. That's at cinema_circle.
All right. So from everyone here at Cinema Circle, I want you to stay blessed and always keep it 100. And peace out.